Okay, we'll see what we can get accomplished here. I already took some of the bolts out. I didn't record everything, I know. I had to go over to the other side. So I didn't video this, I tested this thing. It puts out no power. It's a dead duck. So I already took some of the stuff apart. There's a shield on here and blah blah blah. I don't think you guys ain't see every stitch that a guy does. At least I hope not. I mean, there should be some understanding that some things got to come apart. Okay. Yeah. I should probably, just to be on the safe side, so this Detroit doesn't want to start, I should probably abandon the fuel system some, or open the governor kill up on it. I see I'll get to save a bunch of bolts again. Oops. I know that thrasher over there. I'm gonna just, because I don't have no video editing, I should probably go take another nap. I did just come off of a 12-hour shift, so I've been up for quite a while, but I want to... Oh, I didn't get that one loose evidently. What about this one? We're hauling sugar beets. I think I got some videos on there showing what we do out there to give everybody a spoonful of sugar. A place where I was hauling in at is called American Crystal Sugar. Row bolts inside here. Come on, I got it. Before bolt is still up in there for some stupid reason. There we go. Now, did I get them all? Or is there more in there? Looks like I got them all. Time will tell. The reason I talk, I don't have video editing. I've tried editors and I've tried stuff with GoPro, and I had one camera that was working good. Kind of got a little bit of an editing program that worked with that. Well, then lo and behold, everything crashed because I run over my camera at the drag line. And ended that idea real quick. I don't know, these cables are pretty stiff and hard. They'd probably work for something, but I don't know what I would do with them. I'm going to move these batteries this way, not out of my way. I think I uploaded the video of this thing running. I'll check that all out, of course, and try to get that posted right away if I can. Oh, man, these batteries are not getting any lighter, you know that? So next is, these look like a 5/8, but I could be mistaken. I'm only human, like everybody else. So the sucky part about this all is, starter's in the right place, everything else is in the right place. Some Gomez got on there and decided that it needed to be 1,600 foot-pounds. I don't want to push that hard on that poor little impact. If I was a smart man, I would take this bolt off and drop that bracket out of my way, because holy cow, among us. And I had that one tight. Didn't want it to fall off. So like I was saying, everything on this is in the right place except this mount pad. My mount pad is up here. Like I said, I'll be doing different videos on this because I don't have a decent video editor. That can just hang there. This wiring will be all pulled out. It's like, this is 24 volt, by the way. This is for the they call it, you know. I see more power wires than I thought would be in there. Some goes to the generator for the governor on the back here. The Woodwood governor. I don't know how to test that, or I'd sell it. So like I said, these pads are up here on the truck. Let's see what else. wasn't very smart to me. Huh. Oh, I never did check to see if that governor is loose from the flywheel. I think I got all the bolts like I said. Oh, there's one right there. Oh, it's loose, so that's probably why I can hear it rattling, so ouch. Mistake number 2. As many that'll be made. I can't see any more bolts, but I'll go to the other side and look on that side and try to peek across. Yeah, I don't see any bolts in there, so hopefully we got it all. There's a video on that of I tore that one apart back there. That engine cover off. Gotta switch this rear accessory cover. Oh, it's not. And I did it again. Just barely, but I'll remember not to leave the ratchets for tight this time at least. There we go. So I gotta strip everything off here that pertains to the generator. Yeah. bolts in the bottom down there. I'm gonna try to reach them. I might have to crawl underneath and get them. But try to get him this way and do it. Not as small as it once was, so the crawling the tight places don't work so good anymore. Dog can't stay in the yard. Neighbors come walk with their dog. They must have got loose or got loose down there because my dog was down there. Because he can't listen. I've never had him tied up. And I know a lot of you are going to yell at me and whatever. It's like, you know, there's never been no problems with down here. Benny, enough. Benny! You can see how well the old fart listens, and when I say old fart, I mean old. He's old. Hey! Like I said, I know he should be tied up, but he's kind of run the course back here. For the most part, we got a bunch of nice dogs, but there's always that one, you know how it is. I don't have to tell anybody anything, I'm sure. And then that he won't behave. Now he's gonna sit and bark. You better knock it off. now. He's just mad and ticked off. And being a peckerwood. Like I said, I don't know what I'm going to do to the battery cables because you see how stiff they are. Well, that wasn't very tight. That's not a good deal. What's kind of ironic is, and I doubt if this bracket will work. I'm going to have to build my own bracket. I want to put AC in that truck. I have all my equipment for doing AC work, and I've done quite a bit of AC work, but yeah, that bracket would be. I was thinking maybe I could flip it over, put it in the truck, but well, that can't be under any of these. See the light's still flashing, that's a plus. Half the time they want to go out. Well, how did the Gomez do this one? Some people should just not touch stuff. Because clearly they did the same on both of these, because the inner nut is out from the outer one. Good thing for my farmall wrench here. I'm taking this off. I want this off for the fact me in. Oh no, that's right, this is 24 volt. Error. So much for that idea. Unless I could use a solenoid on the truck, because I don't think I got one. I must have. I don't know how they wired the starter in that one. Oh yeah. Label rubs right off. I'm sure it's 24 volt though. Yeah, no. Yeah, it'd have to be 24 volt because it's 24 volt run up to, yeah. Never mind my ramblings, but I gotta figure it out. Just talk through it. Oh, that was hooked up real good, I see. So I do have a sawmill if I get it set up or not, depends on cooperation of my brother. And that is 24 volt. I don't have a starter, or a starter. Well, starter's there, but its solenoid's funky on it. So here would be a starter, and there would be a 24 volt alternator I could put on that 471 for the sawmill. So we'll see what happens. genius is that? Let's do 12 sizes. That makes sense. Now, these are 12-point bolts, which will go in like the from Oak Island people say. That's a top shelf, top pocket find, I mean. You gotta excuse me, I'm running on about 6 hours of sleep and 24 hours. Been up since six o'clock last night. Started at 10. We're on the 12-hour shifts. I got done at 10 this morning. Went back to the shop. Was going to possibly work on the truck some. And they said, well, in a couple hours they have the truck to the shop, and they never did. That's definitely a top shelf find. That one's got a 9/16 head on it. That's even tighter yet to get it on the starter. If I'd been real smart, I would have took this outside bolt out last, but I was hoping that I took some of these starters out and they stay in the housing until you well, chicken butts. Some of these will stay locked in the housing until you get the bolt out, is what I was going to say. And that's what I was kind of banking on. This one, of course, ain't going to. I could get my grab an extension and stuff and put on there. 12-point socket out of the pickup. Let's see what we can do here. I tore a muscle in my arm last year. I'm kind of being careful here. The starter. Because, yeah, that's the arm that I tore last year, and I was laid up for a while, and I could use it, but it was pretty limited. The engine that's in the truck, I put a head on it. I thought I was a wee lad again and could lift the head off of a Detroit diesel. And it didn't work out so well. sure it's inch and an eighth. That's what I'm thinking it was, but no, I'm wrong. Huh. Well, you know, a lot of people put these videos out and edit them and everything else and do all kinds of fancy stuff. And I guess one way to look at this is, you know, somebody cuts a video down, edits out everything, then you guys come along and, well, they did it in X amount of time. And that's unfair to you guys, because then you guys think that, well, it can be done in this amount of time. Well, if I don't cut out running for the different tools and stuff, I've been kind of hard on myself for not recording videos because the time frame and stuff, you know, and everybody's editing videos, and I just happen to think in my ramblings here that if I don't edit it, then you guys don't get a false pretense of what it takes to do it. But I am going to edit, or not edit, I am going to shut you guys off when I go to get the crane in place, because I got to move a bunch of stuff and that's just ridiculous. I mean, that isn't pertaining to this so much, you know. I mean, yeah, you know, the crane's got to be moved over here to get this off and different things and stuff and yada yada yada, but I don't have to record all that. Crane runs and everything. Battery's not very good in it. I'll have to take one of these batteries and set in there, and I'll get it fired up. And you know, he said he bought it because the fuel tank, the guy bought this gen set from, and he didn't know anything about the generator. And the more you look, because it's got over crank protection on it and everything, and they got a bunch of switches off to the side wired in, a starter button, so it's all overridden, the stuff in there. So I bet you they were having troubles with the brain box, per se, you'd say, on this thing. Fine thread bolts is my perception on all this, because although well, I got this stuff in and it goes into the part of the brain box must have been working or something, because some of these wires go in there and I don't know what they all wired up, but yeah. bolt left over here. Thank God I didn't have to crawl underneath and get nuts out. I am moving a little slow because I actually have a work injury many years ago, and I've been dealing with it. Nothing, not looking for no sympathy or nothing, just explaining how life is. It's just one of them things that happens, and I'm not looking for no handouts or nothing like that. I just this is a new thing, and I don't know if it's because of that injury or what, but it's like my ankle and foot and stuff is swelled up. And my calf and everything is all real stiff. So I'm having a heck of a time climbing up and down and everything else, but like I said, it's no big deal. I'll manage. So another bolt for the collection. I don't know if it was rotten or what, but oh good, the ferrule come off. I got it just tight enough so it wouldn't leak. Well, it leaked, but it didn't blow apart. I'm gonna save this ferrule too. Here's what I'm talking about, ferrule. There's the other ferrule. I want to tighten up that nut split. So I left it well enough where it was at just to test start it. This oil gauge still works, so even though it's all most pissed up, I'll save it. They said I don't know what this gen set weighs, but I do know it's not going to be light. So these wires here and this can over here, that's the oil pressure gauge, as I was saying. So back to what I was saying, I got a workplace injury. And it's just been creepingly getting worse, and doctor said they do surgery, but Someone got like a 20% success rate or something, so it's like, why do surgery? You know? Like I said, some works on, some don't work on. Well, I'm not willing to take that chance, so I guess if things get real bad, maybe I'll do one foot, not the other. I don't know. I know this ain't the best right now, but it's better than doing surgery and then um, and then doing surgery and then having complications from having surgery. So well, there's an overcrank light and it says 125 volt 75 watt, but how can it be 125 volt on an overcrank warning? Because the only way it would overcrank is the generator wouldn't start. Now that's quite interesting. It has to be working on a 24 volt light, I'd say. Because how else would you get an overcrank warning without the generator running? So it's I think it's a variable constant. How the heck they say that for the governor? I don't know. I'm not too up on that stuff. I have to read it out of the book to know exactly. So what I don't get is where do all the wires go? Because there's more wires and the mice rotted the thermostat coupler off. The thermostat doesn't work. Caploid coupler or whatever they call it, I don't know. I'm sure somebody will correct me. That's why I just cut off because I got a new one ordered. So as I was also saying, I bought this from a guy and he didn't know if anything at all worked on it. He bought it solely for the fuel tank because it had a 500-gallon tank on it. I bought it for the engine. So this poor thing's just getting pieced out everywhere. Everybody's taking a piece of it. Looks like I almost need the crane to get that generator. Air cleaner off. I gotta get that off because nice bracketry system on there. I'll end up taking off and saving. I don't know what for, but what can you guys see? How can I do this? There's what I'm taking off. Sure does a nice job of mounting it. I think it's an oil bath air cleaner I have for the sawmill right now, so this would be a welcome upgrade, I guess. But although I was told something years ago and it makes sense. City street sweeper. They got rid of the oil bath air cleaner on it, and they no more than that, they had to do a valve job on it. And they did another valve job on it not too long after that. The one guy said, oh, it's old and wore out, that's why we're doing valve jobs on it. And the guy said, well, we never had troubles when we had the oil bath air cleaner. He said, this is all, come about now. So when we tried oil bath air cleaner, they put the oil bath air cleaner back on, and it cleared up the valve guide troubles. So take it for what it's worth, I guess. Makes sense to me because that dirt going in is dry, especially on a street sweeper. And I don't know what they put on there for an air filter. It probably the mini here, I think they said they had a dust bowl on it. So I wonder if they maybe they tried a dust bowl and then it went into just a paper element filter. But anyways, it wasn't working, so sawmill though, it's not dirt per se, it's sawdust, so it's not as abrasive, but it's still something to think about, I guess. One thing that I found kind of interesting on a Detroit, I never thought nothing too much about it, but it's kind of like when I was on the live chat with Lord Muck and everybody. I said crude, and I don't mean crude in a bad way. They were just simple engineering, not over-engineered, not overthought. I mean, you can take a head off of a 471, or yeah, off a 471 and put it on an 871. You can take a piston and liner out of an 871 or even a 16V71 and put in a 271. I mean, they just, I don't know. I hate to start on the negative wagon here, but you know, they telling us to all think green. I think they could all take a lesson from Detroit. And I know some people say, well, oh, they're slobbering in oil and this and that. Yeah, well, look how much you save in good grief. And manufacturing products, you know, your raw material, they'll get it right yet. I mean, like I said, you take the valve cover, the head, the exhaust manifold, piston, liner, everything, and swap it from engine to engine. 6V71, the head will interchange with 371. You know, I mean, they kept the same fuel filters, same thermostat. Of course, there's a couple different variations of thermostats, but I mean, they pretty much kept everything the same. And I don't know why, but I'm pretty sure this got the same thermostats as my truck. And we had sat and argued about that, basically, because everybody's like, oh, you're putting it wrong, that'll never work, that'll never work. And it's like, they wouldn't listen to me, and it's just like Lord Muck was going on. You get these people that are, you know, I guess, YouTube engineers, and they know everything, you know, and that's all they've done for 40 years or 50 years, they say, and not trying to throw anybody under the bus. And it's just that, you know, sometimes you just have to humble yourself and listen a little bit. When somebody tells you that this is the thermostats the engine has, this is the thermostats that are in the book, this is the thermostats that are in the parts book, you know, I mean, I shouldn't have to, you know, spend 7 days talking about a thermostat. You know, it's like, come on. I know what I'm looking at. I mean, I ordered thermostats because they said this was the thermostats I was supposed to have, and I don't know if it's a, you know, they're 40 years old, whatever, 45 years old. Did somebody switch to thermostat housing? Motor's been switched for something else? I mean, I can't tell you. I just know that this is the thermostats that are in here. And they don't have the standard thermostat. They got a, I don't know if you want to call it a gen thermostat or industrial thermostat or limited use thermostat. I don't know what you want to say. But I don't think I got any out here, but so like a normal thermostat in these trucks, if you can see, it's about that big around, and it slides in a gasket, and that slides up and down, and it opens and closes. Mine doesn't have that. Mine goes in, looks like a regular thermostat. It's got a plate in it that blocks everything off. It's got the cathode in the bottom, and that's 99.99% sure that this engine's got the same thermostats in it. And if that's a industrial thermostat, or if it's a, but I don't know. Like I said, I got the manual, and the manual shows it, so that is one hell of an air cleaner. Holy nitrous. But it's off. So let's see, what else do we got to take off? And I'm going to divulge a little bit here on Lord Muck. He was commenting and, you know, talking about these people and that. And some, I don't know what, don't want to get into full details, but they're talking about, you know, hammers and using hammers. And I made the comment, you know, it doesn't matter what tool you use, as long as the job gets done and it works when you get done. And I've told people this over and over and over again. Stay out of the tool trucks. Yes, that all looks fancy nice, but if you're going to school, right here, Harbor Freight. Am I saying they're top notch? Am I saying they're going to last you a lifetime? No. But you go buy these for a fraction, put money in your pocket for more important things, and still get the job done. I mean, I've been doing mechanic work for oh good God, 53 years. I mean, you know, I don't know, I've been doing it since I was a kid, working on bicycles, everything, you know. I mean, no, I wasn't no heavy diesel mechanic or nothing, but you know, I've been monkey wrenches, and the best set of wrenches I ever had, and of course they get scattered, then you think you're gonna buy something better, and you do, and then they get lost. But I still got them here, some of them. I don't know, I'd have to look for where they're at, but I got a set of Stanleys that came from Kmart, and believe it or not, that I did a lot of damn work with them wrenches. So don't think you need to go buy stuff off a tool truck or something fancy, because you don't. Like I said, I've been doing this for a long time, and just work with what you got. I don't think that was all about. Sound like a little 22 shot if you ask me. Well, I got to get the crane in place. I think I got all the bolts out. Hey, we got movement on this side. I got a blocked engine so it doesn't fall down. You know, I should have probably left a couple bolts in. I could have lifted it up with the crane and blocked it up higher instead of just letting it slide down. Oh, this side don't move. Where did I miss a bolt? Oh, don't see anything missed. Oh, there it went. No, it's loose. So, like I said, I'm gonna shut this off, and we'll come back. I don't know what's all caught on here, but I'm gonna put this video up anyways, because like I said, this is how it goes. You get some stuff done, and then you gotta do something else. So, but well, you all take care. God bless. Keep the greasy side down, and remember, love one another. Catch you later. So, pry to loosen an engine, and I don't know, I'll just be sending it down somewhere for to show a little bit of what I got. But it's free. Didn't take a whole heck of a lot. So now I gotta find a home for it. So catch you later.